Baby, sit. That's baby. She's doing good. So, good news about Merlin. This morning, I had Merlin out with every dog, every unneutered male dog, and there was no growling. He was behaving me, so that's real important. Like I'd let Tonka run around, or Billy, or whoever. I'd let some of the dogs just do whatever. They were doing whatever, and I'd make him heel. I made him heel with Gus. But I mean, generally speaking, I'm just saying that, like, when we were out with him, he was listening to me, which is huge. None of this bullshit. We were having problems with him, meaning there's a lot of bad stuff trained into him. So I got to get the dog to a point where, like, he will listen to me, and it doesn't matter under what circumstance. So if we're out in the field and a dog comes by, I say, heel, man, we're going this way. He needs to listen. When he's barking, if he barks, man, I tell him to shut up. He needs to shut up. And now it's gonna, he does now. Now it'll be a process of getting him to really, really sort of chill out. So, in other words, I'm doing a lot of things to, dog training can be asymmetrical at times, and you do one thing that has to do with something that you as a novice would probably, it might seem unrelated, but it isn't. It's all related. So, like, if you could get the dog to, like, when I teach a dog to heel, or no, when I teach a dog to do force hold, force fetch, and they start doing it and picking the object up off the ground, no, baby, sit. Um, it helps with other things too. So to get Merlin more comfortable, he had separation anxiety, but he had other issues too, just like behavioral issues, like um, due to sending the dog the wrong message. Like, I'd be in the kitchen running the sink and he would start barking. Or he'd hear a trash bag moving and start barking. Like, what the fuck? Shut up, man. So if any little thing would set the guy off, start barking like this sort of like, he barked when he came here for separation anxiety, and then he starts barking with like this sort of like these warning barks. I don't need your fucking security system, Merlin. Just shut up. Like the neighbor's dog is barking because of, I think they're shooting up there, probably barking because of that. The dog's excited, but you see, she's not. Hey, she shouldn't be looking over there. You're not going over there. It's fine. But remember, the dog goes in the direction of their head. I need her to work. She's going to work with me in a minute. And what we're going to work on is place between the legs and whoa. She's going back soon. So we're just sort of like making sure she can do shit better. And when a dog goes back, when you get your dog trained, you're getting your dog trained so that you can start working with the dog. That's the purpose. So when they go back, they're not a finished dog, but you should be able to step in and start doing everything that the dog does with me. With a caveat, you need to do lessons. You can't just get your dog trained. Somebody tried that. Like Gus's owners, they were like, yeah, just send them back. I'm like, no. This is a friend of mine that has some medical problems. And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Just send him back. What do you, why was he trained in the first place? Like, you should have just said, hey, just, board him, but the deal was we're training him. He's still here. My friend's medical condition sort of got worse. So he's still here and he can stay here. I don't give a shit. I like the dog. But I was like on the phone. I'm like, what? You made a deal that like you were going to come up and do lessons. I know there's a pandemic going on. Put your mask on and go rent a hotel room. So he stayed a little bit longer. My friend's, make a long story short, my friend, had more medical problems, so he's here. So it's fine. But you make a contract with the dog when you get the dog, and when you work with me, it's not about like, oh, I got your dog trained, here you go. You need to come up and stay a minimum of 3 days. Minimum. Some people it takes 4 or 5 days, but anything less, and I'll just be livid. Like you need to learn how to hold the leash. If you can't figure out how to hold a proper leash, you shouldn't be going back. You got to do it another day. It's important. It's important. You spend the money. Sit. You spend the money getting the dog trained. Don't waste it. You need the lessons are just as important as the board and train. That's why I don't do private lessons until after the dog. They're included in the board and train, but I don't do them. I stopped doing them because people would expect me to come over and train the dog once a week, yet they didn't do anything because it was difficult, and it's super difficult because the dog isn't functioning correctly, and the owner is watching you for like 45 minutes an hour, and then they're supposed to do it. It doesn't work. It's a waste of time. I'd be like, oh, what did you work on? Well, I was real busy this week. What the fuck? You're supposed to be doing it several times a day, but they wouldn't even do that. They'd just be like, oh yeah, I'm getting my dog trained, thinking that it's cool if they pay me some money and then I'm coming over. That is not the way it works. That is not the way that it works. It's about repetition and conditioning, and then you have to step up to the plate and learn how to hold the leash and function. You want to clone yourself into me. Don't make the same mistakes. That's it. So, baby, we're going to work on, what are we working on, baby? Place between the legs. And we're going to work on, here, heel. And we're going to work on whoa a little bit. So I'm going to move the camera over here. I'll try and talk while I'm doing this. Place between the legs is beneficial to any dog. Any of the commands that you're training the dog to do, as long as you're using discipline and making sure that the dog's doing it right, bingo, that's what you need. So you might say, well, I'm not going to compete with the dog, so I don't, here, heel. My dog doesn't need to learn that. Whatever is beneficial, like say the owner and a baby go in a store and you're checking out, or you're on the subway and you want the dog out of the way, place between the legs is totally appropriate. So let's make sure she's doing it. Baby, place. No, place. No, place. Down. Down. Heel. No, heel. Sit. So you'll see this a lot when you're working with your dog, like maybe the first time they give you a refusal, they're not doing it real good, but they start seeing what you work on, and that's why you work on one thing at a time. You work doing repetition as a block of the exercise. Here, sit. So we'll keep doing this before we work on whoa. Baby, place. No, place. Down. No, down. That's terrible. That's terrible. Back out of here, get a heel. Sit. Do it right, pay attention. Baby, place. No, place. Down. That's pretty good. Heel. No, heel. We'll also work on place between the legs this way. Sit. Place. No, place. Down. It's a little far forward. No, down. What the fuck are you doing? Back out of there and get a heel. So I'm using, I don't want her doing that. She's never going to go out in front, right? So if you notice, I was giving a little bit too much leash with that. Now I'm going to use less leash because I know what she's doing. Here, heel. Sit. Place. No, place. Down. No, down. No, place. We had this issue earlier. No, place. Down. No, down. Heel. And that is exactly why we're working on it, because she's going home and she needs to do this better. So, I mean, it's acceptable. We could get through the session with her mom and get her to do this, but I need the dog to do it as good as possible before it goes home. Sit. Place. No, place. Down. No. No. Place. Baby. Place. Down. Heel. Get up and fucking, I'm gonna bitch her out, okay? Sit. You better do this fucking right. What the fuck are you doing? You're being an idiot. She can't understand a word I'm saying. She's understanding tone. You can say whatever you want to the dog. You can cuss them out. Use expletives. Make sure the dog knows that they're fucking up. You are screwing up, sister. Do it right. Place. No, place. Let's go. Down. No, down. Heel. She's covering my foot. She's really doing this a fucked up way. So I'm not happy with her. Get over here, man. Sit. We'll include whoa in this. We'll go whoa. That's not a reason for her to fuck up. Place. No, place. Down. No, down. Do not cover my foot. Down. Down. Yes. Down. Yes. Okay, heel. That's exactly how I want her to do it. I don't want her going over my foot. I don't want her putting her paw over my foot. I don't want her getting in my way. So we're going to try it again, and hopefully she'll do it the proper way again. So it's about repetition. We're looking for her to do it right, not wrong. Place. No, place. Down. No, down. Man, down. Heel. No, heel. She needs to back out and get to heel. Sit. So that was acceptable. It wasn't perfect, but we're going to tighten it up in the next few days. It's fine. Baby, place. No, place. Down. No, down. No. No. Heel. Now, the reason why I'm saying no is because I'm seeing slight movement in her, like she's preemptively going to get up and go to heel or whatever. I said down. I want her to do it in the down position where we taught her to do it at sit. So we are adding in things, and that does make it more difficult for the dog. But I want her to do the down position because if she's on the subway or in the city, you might want to put the dog in the down position. So let's have her do it sit. Baby, place. Sit. Good. Heel. She's moving a little bit before. Hang on, let's try it again. Baby, place. No, place. Sit. Heel. No, heel. Back up, dude. Sit. Once again, we'll have her do it in the down position. I'd probably be doing this more in a block, but we're using this session to try and explain shit. So once again, I'm going to put her in the down position. I'm going to make sure that I'm careful with my leash. She didn't get too much leash. I do not want her to go forward. I want her to go in the down position. Not way out there between my legs. Here, place. Down. No, down. Better. Except she's off to the side. I'd like her to go straight. Heel. No, heel. Come on, man. Let's go. There you go. Sit. Over here. Sit. That's pretty good, baby. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's do it again. No, sit. Place. No, place. Down. That's good, baby. No, down. Good. Down. Baby, heel. Back out. There you go. Good girl. That's real good. So, it's not a problem if the dog makes a mistake. This is never a problem. That's the way your dog learns. It's important that your dog makes a mistake and you respond appropriately. You got 1.3 seconds to do positive or negative reinforcement. So don't sit there and wait while they're like a deer caught in the headlights. If your dog's making a mistake, it's barking, shut the fuck up. It's right when they're doing it. If the dog stops and you walk, well, what are you doing? You're just berating the dog. It's going to end up hating you. Do you understand? Baby, place. No, place. Sit. Heel. No, heel. Come on, let's go, heel. Sit. Pit bull. Little pit bull. Place. No, place. Down. No, down. Heel. I'll tell you one thing why she could have been doing it wrong in the beginning. I just noticed the rheostat on this thing is freewheeling. So her working level is 8. So if I had it up at about 12, which it might have been, it might have caused excitement. Now remember, excitement is the point all dogs make a mistake. They bark, lunge, bite, or just don't listen. What do you do if, say, the rheostat, you have the rheostat up and it's up real high and your dog gives a vocalization? You dial it back down, know that you made a mistake, and don't worry about it. Think about it like this. If you're walking in your house and you step on your dog's foot, right? Do you think the dog's going to hate you? No. Don't even say you're sorry. Don't make a big deal about it. You didn't mean to do it. Don't say you're sorry, and just move on. If you say you're sorry, you're going to fuck the dog up, I'm telling you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say a thing. Just don't let it happen again. But you will. If you have your dog in your house, you'll step on my cat's foot, bucket, goddamn bucket. He's fucking, you know, we do it all the time. Not all the time, but it can happen. Baby, place. No, place. No, place. Sit. Baby, down. Heel. Okay, so maybe baby isn't ready to just do place between the legs here and then into down. Maybe she did it really good that time if we put her at sit and then down. So let's do it one more time. Baby, place. No, place. Sit. Down. Heel. No, heel. That's good. So that's how we'll work her. She doesn't have to be able to do it heel into place, automatic down. She doesn't. She's doing it. She's doing it. The fucking owner's got a great dog. She can. If this owner works this dog, please. This dog's awesome. Speaking of awesome, Merlin's awesome. Those high drive dogs that like are dickheads sometimes. Man, you get that dog functioning good. It's great dog. He just has an attitude. He's losing it quickly. Merlin, baby, place. No, place. Sit. That's a good girl, dude. Pitbull. Heel. Let's work whoa for a little bit with her. Here. Whoa. No, whoa. Whoa. It's good. Now, whoa, you can work whoa the same way that you can work sit, and that you get the dog in the whoa position and start circling the dog, and over time you start making the circles bigger. Now, with a caveat, once you go around the backside, the dog has a tendency to sort of want to watch you. So keep your circles small, and then you can also like get distance by going forward, right, like this here. Baby, whoa, no, whoa. You're a good dog, dude. Heel. You're a good girl. But you do have to, the reason we circle the dog is what you're doing when you do that. You teach your dog sit or down, and you circle the dog is what you're teaching the dog, that it doesn't matter where you go, it's supposed to stay in that position. So it'd be the same thing if we're teaching sit, right? So it's like this, it's like this. I'm not telling her to do anything other than sit. Baby, sit. Heel. Or down, it'd be the same thing. Here, baby, here. Baby, down. No, down. No, down. I don't give a damn about the ground being cold. No. No. Down. It ain't that cold. No. I will not quit until she does it right, because I know she'll do it right. If she, gives in, I will quit. No, down. No, down. No, down. You're a good dog. Get up there. Get up there, baby. Good. Now, you can say, well, it's really cold. Yeah, it is really cold. She's a dog, and she doesn't really... I know it's cold. But I guarantee you train the dog to be compliant on a wet ground, cold ground. No, sit. It's better when they're on a dry ground. So you train the dog in all kinds of weather conditions. It's not killing her by doing the down position in the cold. And, you could say, well, she doesn't have much of a coat. Well, she doesn't need much of a coat. She's like Tonka. So she got more fat on her than Tonka, I think. For sure, she's a pit. Here. The thing about dogs that people don't get is that, like, if she let's say baby was over by the creek. There's a creek over there. A baby got in the creek. It's really cold. Would baby die? Fuck no. You know what baby would do? She'd shake off, get the water off of her, and then just keep moving until she was totally dry. That's it. That's it. They're not like us. They're not like us. To put your human experiences on something that's not human is ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous. If I jump in the creek, I'm gonna have to get inside right away, or I'm dead. Hypothermia is gonna set in. My clothes are gonna be wet. It's not like you. It's not like you. That's why the use of an e-collar, when people listen, we try and use these things. With Merlin, I've had to use a little bit higher because we got issues with Merlin that he needs to quit. He needs to quit. And I did the necessary steps to get Merlin to figure out how to turn off the e-collar, all that. And we are still using conditioning at low levels with Merlin, but there's a point with some dogs you have to go higher, and we've had to go up with higher with Merlin. Now, most of the time when we're conditioning, we're using it lower than a human can feel it. And with Merlin, the plan is to bring the collar back down to a lower level. So in general, like with training, pressure once you reach compliancy. So now he's being compliant with the other dogs, walking around the yard. I'll start bringing it down. The next thing that we're going to be doing is out there in the field with Merlin, and one dog at a time, which is different than the yard. It's not fenced in, and he's being compliant for me. I'm not too worried about it. Seriously, maybe we'll do this tomorrow. We'll have Merlin out here, and I'll bring out each individual dog, and I'll just walk Merlin at heel. And you'll see, like, the other dogs will go tearing past him, but he's being compliant to me. I say, no, heel, he comes to heel. If he's popping on it, no, heel. It's fine, it's no big deal. He doesn't think, oh, I got to kick this dog's ass, or I have to growl at this dog, or oh, I get to mock fight with the dog. Don't ever let your dogs mock fight. That's unnecessary. It is. That isn't socializing your dog, okay? All the social skills that your dog got was when the dog, your puppy, was with it, with the mother and the litter. After that point, it's about something totally different. Your dog is living in a human world. You must teach the dog to be compliant. And you also have to teach the dog that it needs to be by itself at times. So if you don't do that, you're going to end up with a dog that has separation anxiety. They must do that. And also, dog should have a crate for its entire life. I don't care if it's a 10-year-old dog, it's 4th of July. Let the dog go in his crate. And at that point, the dog's probably really used to its crate. It's going to be a very comfortable spot for it. When there's fireworks going off, it won't get forward momentum and start freaking out and hiding behind your couch or whatever, shivering, shaking. Be nice to your dog. Train your dog properly and give your dog the proper information. You want to be able to, you want your dog to look at you for direction, not think instinctually. They don't really think, but respond instinctually. So that's the way your dog functions, instinctually and with trained commands. You want the dog to function with trained commands. That requires time and effort by you or paying somebody to do the conditioning, and then you step in, like my clients do, which that is the easiest way to do it if you don't know what you're doing. I'm telling you, you might have 145 IQ. That does not mean that you're going to be able to train a dog. I've seen it so many times. I've seen arrogant people, friends of mine. Oh, I could do it. Oh, really? And then they get a dog and they're calling me as if I have this magic wand. Well, I thought you could just come over here and fix it. No, you want to do a board and train with me? I'll have the dog back in, 3 months. And it's going to cost you. I'm not giving anything away for free, I'll tell you that, because you do that, people don't appreciate it. They don't. Here. I did that kind of shit with shelters and stuff. You give your time up to help a homeless dog, well, a dog that's being adopted, and then the people they're not going to pay anything, and then they don't do anything. They just don't do anything. It's the old like, well, we had a trainer over here. Yeah, but you didn't do any of the conditioning. You had the opportunity, you were showed how to do it, and you didn't do a damn thing. Sign a contract with that dog, whether you buy it or adopt it. It's very important. If you got a dog from a shelter, which I have dogs, I've always owned dogs that have been homeless at some point. If you got a dog from a shelter, you did not rescue it. And if you go around saying, you rescued the dog, everybody that is involved in animal rescue is going to think you're a dick. Save that term for the people that actually do it. Rescuing a dog is taking it off the street. Hey, here. Do you understand? You adopted it just like everybody else. Stop trying to make yourself feel better. That's what it's about. So you're trying to make yourself feel better. Oh, I'm a good person. I rescued this dog. You adopted the damn dog. That's it. You adopted it. Baby, here. Got this on right here. Let's try that. Sit. Place. No, place. Sit. Beautiful. No, sit. Get back in here, place. You're fucking up, man. Get your place. No, place. Sit. Heel. Let's try this again. Get up there, baby. Place. No, place. Sit. You're a good girl. Okay, heel. Get up there. No, get up there. What a goof, man. You're a goofball, dude. This dog is a goofball. Baby, place. No, place. Sit. Heel. No, heel. Dude, I know you're stuck. Hang on. Sit. Get the fuck over here. No. Heel. Okay, get up there. Let's try it again. Get up there, goon. All right, ready, goon squad? Hang on. Baby, place? No, place. Sit. This is acceptable. She could just do it like this. This would probably be better on the train, to tell you the truth. Your dog takes up less space, and you know this would probably be better. We should probably just stick to this. We could go. We'll go over the down position with her too when the owner gets here. But you know, in the city, this is pretty good too. No, 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 place. I didn't tell her to move. She's got a bad habit of doing this shit. Place. I mean heel. No, heel. That's me. I'm screwing up. She's supposed to be able to read my mind. Sit. Get the fuck over here, man. No. Heel. Okay, get up there. No, leave that alone. Place. No, place. Sit. You're a good girl. Sit. Heel. No, heel. Come on, back up. Sit. Now, never let the dog go forward in the place position. They might trip you. You're never going to want to do that. Somebody that does protection work and teaches dog place and to be able to walk with them between their legs where they have... It's just in the legs, man. And if the dog is going to go somewhere, you know, you probably want the dog to come out and then go to heel and then work, you know. I don't know. I don't work dogs to do that type of work with a, you know, teach a dog place and then I'm going to be shooting at a bad guy. I don't know. I guess it's whatever you wanted to do. If the dog was real consistent, I guess you could have it between your legs and then have it go, you know. Baby, up. No, up. Hi, Dennis.
It's on.
Good. Baby, place. No, place. Sit. Heel. No, heel. Sit. Baby, whoa. No, whoa. Hey! Get the fuck back here. What did I say? Whoa. No! No, whoa. What the fuck are you doing, baby? Get your fucking ass back here. God damn it. Listen to my voice. Listen to how I'm giving her pressure until she gets back into position. Whoa. If your dog screws up, put them back right where they were and give them pressure until they become compliant. Into the back into the same position where they were. If your dog sits and it floats, it needs to go right back where it was. If you act like it's no big deal, they're just going to do it all the time. No. Whoa. Now, she's sitting, and I said, whoa, and I think she needs to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to do this. Whoa. Hurry, hurry, go potty. And we'll see if she has to go to the bathroom. This dog's sort of predictable. Like when she starts screwing up, it means she has to take a dump. Come on. Hurry, hurry. I bet she does. Not, that's like a common thing. Like, your dog's screwing up. She's gonna take a dump, I'm telling you. Just let her go, let the dog go, see if it needs to go to the bathroom and see if things get better. You know, a lot of bird dog trainers, they don't even train the dog to sit because if it's excited for whatever reason, she has to pee, she peed. But I think it's ridiculous. Like they only train the dog to do whoa. Like what? Why? If the dog screws up, you know, and sits when you tell it to whoa, it's messing up. This is not trained properly, and just work with it more. God, my hands are cold. I can't come to Brazil. Yeah, Merlin's rocking out, man. He is just fucking rocking out. Every male dog, there's no growling. You know, it's really a milestone for that dog. I'll tell you, when I first brought him out here, I think I was working with Billy the Hedgehog. Man, you're working with a dog that wants to fuck with another dog. It's it's nerve wracking. You got to really be on your mark. They're trying to communicate. Well, my dogs have a tendency to ignore the dog that's growling. But you just never know, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So on those days when I was doing that, like the first 2 days, it was pretty stressful. I was telling Destiny, I'm like, fuck, man, this dog is like, it's do or die with the dog. The dog needs to get his shit together. Um, so he doesn't have Merlin does not have to have any dog friends in his future. You know what he needs to do? He needs to be able to walk down the street and not respond to other dogs. He needs to mind his own shit like other dogs. And you know what else Merlin needs to do? Is if if they're walking down the street and they come across somebody or somebody walks up to him, Merlin's not supposed to lunge or go off on the person. But this was done. This was trained in. It sounds like the female owner did this. So there's always like, well, me and Destiny's got the right idea. Destiny has the right idea about dogs. But a lot of times you see like there's one owner that like is real slack, and then the other. Um, a lot of times it's the wife, not necessarily. Hillsby, her husband, was doing the same thing. You might have to sit your significant other down and say, look, you're fucking up training, you're fucking up the dog. And if they can't keep their shit together, right, then you have to say, just leave the dog alone. Or definitely don't let them walk the dog if they can't handle the dog. And they need to work with the dog by themselves. They can't take the kids along. They need to spend time with the dog if they're going to, like, have a kid with just knows heel and isn't popping out of heel and just really gets it. So I hate to say that it's a lot of times it's the female owner, but a lot of times it is. A lot of times it is because there's more women seem to be more nurturing, and if you nurture the wrong thing in a dog, you're just gonna create a mess. It's just a fact. So it's not always, though. It is not always. A lot of times it's the husband, and the wife is like really adamant about being like a disciplinarian with the dog. No, no, the dog can't have a treat or whatever. And then oh, come on, just one. That doesn't fucking help. You're just causing problems with the dog. You're just causing problems. Why are you doing that, man? Somebody wrote something. Let me see what they wrote. I don't think there's any. I always got to get rid of people on my channel because there's douchebags in the world. Oh, somebody got it. Prior to the recent history, dogs were at the house. You never saw people dog unless you knew them personally. This dog parked. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was, 400 years ago, it would have been, dogs were used for hunting. There would be aristocratic people using them, 1,000 years ago. Let's say 1,000 years ago, just be aristocrats. You wouldn't have a dog. You wouldn't have a dog. They were dealt with totally different, It's like this dog park thing is a fucking menace. It's a menace to dogs in general. Sets up unrealistic expectations. Oh, I love it. Yeah, the old, yeah, I'm going to go socialize my dog at the dog park. You mean you're going to train the dog to fight, or you're going to make sure that it gets, here, come on. Make sure it gets some kind of, parasite or lepto. Lepto's a big one. Lepto will kill your dog. That's spread through urine. So there's a lot of dogs that go to dog parks in New York City. They get lepto and freaking die. Um, it's just the truth. Man, my hands are just frozen. June goes dogs to be hyper and not letting them alone when you want them to be at place. Yeah, you have to move the dog past that point. You have to it doesn't matter if the if the kid's jumping around. I just got a message from Luna's mom saying happy holidays or something like that. But she was like one of the few people with kids that listen to me. Take that dog home. Don't let the kids screw around with it. You know, put that dog up. She sends me like a video that night of like the dog at down place. You know, everybody's in the kitchen except the kids. The kids aren't there. It's like adults having some wine and the dog's being compliant. It was like a week and a half or 2 weeks before she like was letting the dog, you know, the kids like physically interact with the dog because it's not necessary. You just gotta excite the dog, and, you know. But she's sending me videos like should have the dog. Like sitting or in the down position or a whoa or something, and then have the kid on a big wheel, like circling the dog. You know, I can't say enough how that means to me as a dog trainer. It's not just hey look, my time is important, and I don't just work with anybody. It's just a fact. So what? So what? You paid me. That's not the point. Like it means more to me that like, oh yeah, you paid me, but you also did what I said, not just pick and choose. That's a huge mistake. Yeah, I agree. Don't self-promote here. We don't know who you are. We don't, man. It's just sort of like a bad habit. If you are a trainer, keep it to yourself. You know, you can stick around, but don't do that. Don't do that. We don't know if you have a channel or what you're doing, but you don't be like, yeah, I'm in Chicago. I'm a dog trainer. I do everything the way Kane does it, you know, because you know people watch this because they get what I'm saying. So, hang on. I gotta put this dog in. Hang on. My hands are freezing. Oh my God, my hands are cold. Jesus criminy. Oh. Now my glove. My house. Shut the fuck up, man. No. Not a good idea, dickweed. Oh, man. Ah. So, all in all, a pretty day. Real good as far as Merlin goes. Baby's on track. Baby's fine. She can do everything. She needs more work, of course, but, you know, at some point I gotta, like, let the owner step in. And, you know, baby likes the dummy launcher. Baby likes retrieves. She can do a reverse retrieve. She could get better at that real quick. We still got more time. She can do a reverse retrieve off leash now, so we'll see if we can cast her doing that and see if she can pick that shit up. She's a very nice dog. Merlin's, of course, better at a reverse retrieve, but Merlin has behavioral issues we're also trying to iron out. So, you know, you could have a dog that can do whatever, but if it's, you know, got behavioral issues, like serious behavioral issues, that's not good. That's not good at all. God, it's cold out there. My fingers are numb. See, it came in. I'm in here. Like, you know, a week and a half ago, Merlin would be making noise. I did have to make a change, and I have Tonka's collar on him. And, hey, baby. I'm on a stream. Oh, okay. Okay. It's beautiful Destiny. Hi, beautiful Destiny.
Hi, beautiful everybody.
Oh, you didn't say beautiful Peter?
You're included.
What? Oh my god. Oh man, I'm so cold. Can I have a sip of that?
Of course.
I don't want to get it. I'm dropping caffeine, so I'm still trying to have a little bit. Oh, it's like a party in my mouth. It's so cold. You're ready to work with Merlin, right?
Right now?
No.
I'm cold.
It's freezing. We're done.
Yeah.
I'm done for the day. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna go to the barn and try and make an area where I can work if it's real cold. What else? I don't know. That's about it. Maybe I'll cut this off. My fingers are seriously frozen.
I hate that when you can't move them and they start like walking off.
Well, I can move them, but they're pretty.
See, that's why I was gonna get
They're red.
That's why I was gonna get hand warmers.
Well, those go like right here though, right?
Well, I normally put them in my pockets and I just stick my hands in my pockets.
Well, see, like with a training, I got the hands
Yeah.
out, so it's like.
You need heated gloves.
Yeah, but see if they'd had to be like real thin.
Yeah, like so good.
Because I can't work the leash or the e-collar.
I hate that. Trying to do stuff while we were wearing gloves.
Right.
I guess so
They have mittens at Tractor Supply. I noticed they're like shooting mittens that, shooting mittens you can take your hand out of them. But then like, how's that going to be helpful? Like, yeah, because it's out of there. Like, I don't know. Oh, the cats are making sweet innocent love.
Her instead of fighting her.
Yeah. They're, it's adorable, isn't it? They're like ebony and ivory living together in perfect harmony.
Yeah.
Side by side on my piano, keyboard, whatever. Oh my God. I gotta clean up Kaki's little pen area here. Kaki. Cat. How you doing, baby? Okay. Everybody wants to see Kaki? I do. Kaki, you wanna come out and say hello? Kick around. I get your cage. Come here, Kaki Wack. Kaki Wacky. Kaki Wacky. Kaki. This is a very. I trained it. I trained the damn duck. That's why it's so calm. It's one of my animals. This is Kaki. Right, Kak? She's cute as shit. She's Kaki Wack. Aren't you, Kak? It's Kaki Wacky. I love Kaki. Kaki! Kaki should probably get a bath in the bathtub. Kaki! Look at her. Kaki's nibbling me. I wanted a white duck, and I don't know, they had brown ones. They had Kaki Campbell ducks, and I haven't regretted hanging out with Kaki. They're sort of described as like skittish. Description of dog. I was thinking like description of dogs on the internet, like they describe like a breed. It's fucking absurd. Just shut the fuck up. Shut up. You have to get 6 of these at once, and I wasn't about to get 6. I'm a fucking bird person. I know you don't want 6. They're not living outside. This bird lives with us. So I put a advertisement in Craigslist, and somebody took the other 5, and I took 1. No, you do that, they'll die. No, they won't. Not if you're me. You know what you're doing. It's a stressful first 3 weeks and everything for sure. But I gotta do Kaki's pen. I guess I should hang up here. Maybe we'll live stream later. And yeah, she was like a day old or something. Maybe we'll live stream with Sam and throw some meat to him. Sam can catch meat in the air. Or maybe we won't, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to the barn to clean up an area, and I got propane so I won't freeze. Right, Kek? Keki. Look at Kek. Keki loves the shit out of me. Don't you, Kek? Keki loves me as much as Remy. Keki's a little confused. Aren't you, Keki? It's okay. I love you, Kek. It's very... I can walk around with her on my shoulder. Right, Kek? It's a duck. It's a duck that I can walk around. It's just hanging out on my shoulder like it's a parrot. I'm not gonna do it in here. I'd do it if we were outside. Right, Kek? There's Destiny. What? What, Keki? Keki wishes her feathers were black like Destiny's hair. That's what she said. Keki's jealous of Destiny's hair. Aren't you, Keki? See? Keki. What a nut. I'm still cold. I'm having trouble getting warm. She would do this when she was a baby and she's sleeping right here, and she'd do that, like, sort of like groom me and stuff. Here, I'll put you in the door in here, and then I'll do your cage. Or not cage, pen. You can go with Miss Destiny. Will you make sure that the pigeon door is closed? So
Yeah.
you don't go in there. I'll put her in. Are you hungry? I'm hungry. Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's... Hey, get me your stuff. Oh my god, I'm tired. That cold just takes it out of you. It does. I'm just like, zap me. Oh my god. Oh, hello. What did I feed Kaki? I fed her duck food. Fed her duck food. What's the matter?
Did you hear me?
What?
10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I fed her duck food for young ducklings. Now she eats adult duck food, but I add calcium because she's a egg laying. She's an egg producing breed. And anytime you have a bird that's laying eggs, you want to add in calcium, because if you don't, they can get soft, and then you get the bird egg bound. It can die. So they'll the egg will come out and it's like rubbery. So you want to... Kaki shells are awesome. Yeah, we eat her eggs. She like last week she went through about 3 or 4 days where she didn't lay one, but usually she'll lay one about once a day. Yeah. Knock it off, whoever that is. It's Brewster. Knock it up, Brew. Chickens, ducks. Her eggs are pretty good. They are. They're pretty tasty. Tastes like a chicken egg to me. I don't see it much different. It's like a large chicken egg. I love the bird, man. She's great. She's not that big of a hassle. I gotta clean up this area. They got a little pen area over here like once a day. But when they're young, I'm just warning you, like, um, you start using a bunch of bedding and stuff, that stuff gets wet, it just starts, smelling. I thought who was a vegan? What are you talking about? Are you just talking gibberish? Why would you ever think I'm a vegan? I train hunting dogs. Why would I be a vegan? You thought I was a vegan? I'm planning to live camper van and travel. Do you think it's fair and safe? Travel with a magpie while I travel? Would they deal with the movement? Well, wait a minute. You don't even have a magpie and you want to get a magpie? And you're asking if it would be cool? Like, is this like all hypothetical? I'm a carnivore. Well, I'm not a total carnivore, but come on. Go look at your teeth. And if I was a vegan, then I'd have to take vitamin B12 supplements. So that doesn't make any sense if we were meant to be vegans, does it? You have to take chemicals that are produced in a lab. You have to get that from a meat source. Why would I be a vegan? Do I look dumb? You think I'm dumb? I want to get one, and yes, I'm asking would it be okay before I do. I think you're totally unrealistic. I think your whole idea to be living in a camper van sounds like it's a romantic idea, but when you start doing it, you'll be like 1 week and you'll be like, this sucks. I'm being honest with you. You'll be like, this sucks. You also are going to have a magpie living with you, so the magpie is going to, you're going to have to clean up all the time. You're going to be driving around. It's going to be a small space. Can a bird travel in a car? Yes, it can travel in a car fine. It doesn't need a huge amount of space. But you just sound like you're just being unrealistic. Um, I, the only thing that I would say is that if you're in an area that's real hot and you have a magpie in there, you're going to have AC. Also, if you have like a window on the camper van open and has a screen, your magpie will rip that up. So you got to be very careful. I mean, if the magpie is totally trained, but then if the magpie gets out, right? So say you get a magpie from a breeder, right? And then it gets out, it's not going to know where the house is because you're always traveling. The magpie could get lost. I think it's totally unrealistic. Definitely a dream and one I haven't traveled. I'm in England, so no need to AC, but it doesn't take away from it. Yeah, a lot of people have thought about this. Like, I'm going to get the van, I'm going to live in the van, I'm not going to pay rent, I'm going to travel around. Man, I'm telling you, traveling around is all fine and dandy, but boy, it gets tired. You get tired of it real quick. There's nothing like having a roof over your head. Like, you could do the same thing. You could just go take a day trip and then go back home. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nice to have something that's more comfortable and get good reception on your TV and have internet. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what your diet is. I don't even know if you have a dog. Um, uh, that's cool. Um, well, we all want to do things in life that, like, sometimes the romantic ideas, and they seem like they'd be fun, but, I don't think that NASA is going to wants me as an astronaut. So I think, I want to do that. I'd also like to live under the sea in like a undersea house, and I don't think that's going to happen either. But like I could do camping for like one day, and then I'm like, I want to go home. But if you have pets, I will say this: with pets, it really kind of ties you down. And if you do have pets, you want to have a house to make it easier for everybody concerned. Um, do wolves in the wild get calcium deficiencies because they can only eat what they can get? This person answered your question and answered it appropriately, which is a good thing, because if they didn't answer it appropriately, they would be removed. Animals that eat whole other animals, that's how they get their calcium. The protein to calcium ratio it'll be okay if you stick to that. It's when you start giving portions of other prey animals, or just the meat itself, you have to add calcium. So if a wolf eats a whole chicken, there'll be enough calcium in it. See what I'm saying? So, no, listen, as far as calcium deficiency goes, it's across the board on all our pets. That is the most common deficiency that we see. Lizards, birds, dogs, whatever. It's a calcium deficiency. So think about that. But in the wild, you really don't see that. That's not really an issue. They ate the whole rabbit. The lizard is getting their calcium from wherever lizards get it. A pigeon gets its calcium by flying down to the beach, right? They fly down to the beach and, eat shell, or wherever they're getting calcium, but they search it out, they find it, and they get it. It's when you bring the animal into your house that the calcium deficiency is a problem, and that's one of the main reasons that it's one of them, vets say no raw diet, is because they think that humans are too stupid, which they could be right. You know, I recommend a raw diet, and if you're feeding a raw diet and you're using chicken leg quarters, your dog shouldn't need a calcium supplement. If you're giving hamburger, or you're going to have to add calcium. It's not, you're going to have to add it. But if your dog is on a raw diet, you're not going to need it. Also, if you're giving pet food, which I think is horrible, horrible, it has the proper amount of calcium in it, okay? So there's a big problem when I've been contacted by people, yeah, I'm giving my dog the raw meat diet. That's what? You just ask them a little bit further. Yeah, I give my dog, ground turkey or something from the store. Yeah, just get it at the store. Well, what about the extra calcium? We had some guy on here, Hulk, who was saying he gives ground turkey, and to give calcium, he'll give chicken leg quarters. It's not the way it works. You want the proper amount of calcium. You want more than enough calcium. So how he was doing was ground turkey, and then give him chicken leg quarters sometimes. It makes no sense. It's like you could just be giving him chicken leg quarters, but you're adding in ground turkey with no calcium. What? So we don't really know if he was a fool or he's making stuff up. There's a lot of people that come here that just make shit up. So of course he was removed, because I was afraid somebody might What's up, one Sean Bond? Somebody might see that and start feeding their dog like that. Oh, he knows what he's doing. No, he didn't know what he's doing. What is the ratio of chicken leg quarters to LBs? I don't know your dog. Man, that is not the way it works. Is that how you think you should feed you don't know how much to feed your dog? Do you look at the back of the dog food bag? Is that how you figured out how much to feed your dog? You don't know? What's up, Hillsby? There isn't, because there's too many factors. You have an older dog, a younger dog, you have a dog that is hyperactive, would it need to eat more? I have a GSP back there that can eat as much as a Labrador. Different animals need different amounts. This is the fact. If you can't figure that out, I really don't know why people get dogs. Like, that just seems sort of like, well, let's see. A wolf can go 2 weeks without eating. I could probably feed my dog like a leg quarter every day and see if it's losing or gaining weight. What about that, lab partner? You ever think about that? If it's a Chihuahua, you probably wouldn't be giving it a leg quarter, would you? I'm answering your questions, Tool. You just got removed because you're just like, I just answered your question, didn't I? You just don't like the way I answered it. You didn't like the way I answered it, so get lost. Wham! He didn't say thank you. Wham! I answered your question, right? And you were rude, so now you're gone. It's my time. I'm spending my time. You're not paying me a freaking thing. So shut your mouth, and I answered your question, didn't I? How am I supposed to know what lab? LB, like, hang on. I'll answer the lab question in a minute. How am I supposed to know what kind of dog you have, what size is the dog? You thinking it's just about, the dog weighs 40 pounds, so that needs one leg quarter. Well, what size leg quarter are you talking about, Tool? You have a childlike mind, man. That's why you were removed. And you were rude to me. And I do this every day, okay? I live stream and answer people's questions. If you don't like the way that I answer, we got 4 to 6 million dogs dying every year because of stupid people. And you don't like the way that I talk? What are you doing to help? You ever work for a shelter or anything? Have you ever done anything? No, you've done nothing. You've done nothing, and you can't even figure out how much to feed your dog. And when you don't like my answer, which was appropriate, you cry. Why do you even live stream? Because I'm trying to help. You're not. You're looking for free tips, aren't you? You want free tips. I'll answer your question about the lab. People like that are just disgusting. Can I ask a question? My lab pulls the leash when he walks near a dog park, which I think I can... Oh, you can train your dog to heel? Now, if you don't like that answer, I'm sorry, but I don't have a magic wand. And you don't like me saying that I don't have a magic wand, tough. You don't have your dog trained. It pulls you when it goes to dog park. You never should have taken it in the dog park, should you? And if you knew anything, I would say never take your dog to a dog park because it'll train the dog to fight. Why are you doing that? You're not socializing the dog. Your dog got all its social skills when it was a puppy. And your dog isn't trained, flat out. The reason why dogs are put down every year, lack of training, improper training, or no training at all. Your dog doesn't know heel. So if it doesn't know heel and knows all the commands taught as an implied stay, your dog's a mess. It sees the dog park, it starts dragging you over there. It's a lab. It's not trained. I got a lab back there. I got a lot of dogs back there. They're all compliant. Every dog that comes here ends up being compliant. I got dogs with behavioral problems. I get them to stop having behavioral problems. They need to be compliant. Your dog is not. It drags you around. Would you suggest the best dog food to feed an 8-week-old puppy? If it's dog food, Abity. I would recommend Abity and no other dog food. But I would be smashing chicken. I'd be smashing up chicken. I would be smashing up chicken for the puppy. I'd pulverize chicken with a hammer. And then I'd be smashing it up less as the dog got older. Okay? That's what I would do. That's what I would be feeding. But if I could find Abity Raw, if I lived in the New York area or something, I'd be trying to get Abity Raw. That would be a good raw you could give the dog. But I wouldn't use Stella and Chewy's. That's crap. That's pet food. Or if you had to use a dry dog food, I would be using, once again, Abity, and I would use no other company. I'd use Abity granular, but watch out, your dog will get fat on that shit. So, I don't recommend any pet food, but if I have to, it would be Abity. And that's it. Nothing else. And I wouldn't recommend Abity canned either. It'd be either the granular, I can't talk, I've been outside, or the raw. And get the raw, and it could be the adult raw, you could give that to your puppy. Or smashing chicken. You could just take chicken and smash it up, add a little canned spinach in there, smash it up, make sure it doesn't even look like a chicken leg quarter anymore. That's the trick. And then as the dog starts getting older, you could start giving that smashed chicken and freezing it, and then you give it to the puppy. So that'll help knock out those milk teeth. And then you could just start going into, after it's doing that and smashing it, starts getting like muscles to masticate with. Then you could start freezing the leg quarters, and then that way you know that you could sort of smash them a little bit and then freeze them. Do you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that the dog can chew the damn thing up. So, but by the time the dog's 5.5 months old, I've given them a leg quarter and they can go through it, depending on if it's like what size of dog it is. I wouldn't be giving a Chihuahua a leg quarter. You know what I'm saying? Medium to large dog would probably get a leg quarter. This large dog might get like one in the morning, it depends, man. It depends. Like this idiot that couldn't handle my question. It depends on the breed. It depends on the individual dog. Like I said, I got an old GSP back there that's still hyperactive. He can eat as much as the young lab, and he's always been like that because he burns it up. The Labrador's, well, just sleep, whatever, Tonka's ready to go. So it depends. You can't look at the bag of a dog food. That's what this person was crying about. He knows I look at the bag of the dog food bag, and that's how I know how to feed my dog. It's ridiculous. You don't know how much to feed your dog? I never measure it. I just 4 handfuls. Merlin gets like 5 handfuls a day. He's gaining a little weight. I gotta watch him. Those poodles are pretty skinny. They're like a GSP. So, he's the only dog back there on dog food, and I wish he wasn't on dog food, but he's got allergies, so I'm stuck. I gotta take this food out of the oven and put this egg in the refrigerator. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Well, he was mean to me. The dog trainer didn't answer my question politely. Wow.
Fucking Jesus Christ. He's probably talking about his parents' dog anyway.
Why you so rude? Why do you live stream anyway? Why do you live stream if you don't like answering questions? I'm answering questions and it's great. Jesus Christ. You pay me nothing. You pay me nothing. You're not giving a penny. Not a super chat. Nothing. I mean, seriously. What do you care? What do you care? Don't you just want a proper answer?
No. Don't you just want a proper answer? Isn't that enough for you? You think I need to be polite too? I'm doing it for free. Do you ever super chat? No. I mean, some people do. Some people are great. Some people really support the channel. But you don't. The person that wants to have the free tip. You don't super chat. You want me to be polite to you? I am. I'm as polite as I can be. This is as cute as I get. I'm sorry. You don't like it? Tough. Go cry. But often they'll charge for a 40-pound box, while some boxes are 60 pounds. When I started raw feeding, I just judged how much. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, but people are moronic, Hillsby. You know? That they're moronic. You know? I err on the side of caution and feed the dog a little bit less. You know, because you don't want him to get diarrhea. We have some kind of issue back here. Shut the fuck up. Doing this shit to us. Wow, he's so mean. He's mean to me. I just wanted to know how to train my dog, and I was trying to find out on a live stream, and Peter Kane was mean to me. He didn't even use his magic wand. I wanted him to train my dog by saying a few words. Oh, God, it's so mean. Wham! Wham! What's the matter with you all? What are you, in 8th grade? In 8th grade. The nerve of some people, too. Those are not the people that like super chat either. They're cheap, or else they would have some common sense and they would already be working with somebody paying a fortune. Not even a fortune. I'm not a fortune. I'm not expensive. I'm not expensive for a board and train. I got your dog for 3 months. It's not expensive. That's for people that are intelligent, that actually give a damn about their dog. These people wouldn't pay a super chat. There's nothing worse than the person that thinks that they're getting their dog trained by going to a puppy class, you know? Oh yeah, my dog was trained. I took it to a puppy class. Every week we went. Give me a break. People are just... I gave that dog everything. I gave it everything. Yeah, you gave it everything except what it needed. My family on Christmas Eve for telling my family dog to sit and getting her ass when she ran over to my aunt and just ran in circles around her. I said, yeah, you had to get the dog away from the owner, because there's always you have to get him away from the owner. It's a waste of time. I just will not do private lessons like that anymore. You got to get the dog trained. It's like think of it as like an intervention. You know? Think about it. Like, it's an intervention. Your dog is not going to get better at your house. Your dog already has serious issues. How are you going to do that? People are so unrealistic. It's like, they want the magic wand routine. Like in Brooklyn, I'd get these calls of these people that like I would say, well, I'll sell you 10 lessons for an amount of money. Well, I don't know if we really need that. Why don't you come over? They just want like one lesson. They want you to come over one time. They really think, what is the square root of 9, Peter? Get out of here, idiots. Who cares? We're talking about dog training, and you want to talk about math? Jesus Christ. And that they don't want to do that, man. They don't want the 10 lessons which were a steal. A steal. This is such a waste. Yeah, I'm lost with my family dog. That isn't mine. An entire life of improper training, no training at all. Had great garbage disposal and all that BS starting to get on my nerves, so I work with her now. Yeah, but when you're working with that dog, you always got to have somebody screwing with that dog too. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing the work and then they're throwing the monkey wrench in it. It's the worst. It's the worst. I salute you for at least trying. I'm 70-pound dog. Would it be okay to feed 2 chicken quarters? Is too much bone. I'm going to start the 80, 10, 5. Man, go away. What do you mean, would it be okay? I don't know your dog. I don't know your dog, man. Do you understand? You're asking me, would it be okay? I don't know. What do you think? And, you're fucking, this thing, this 80, 10, 5, 5. Get out of here, man. Go do whatever you want, okay? Just go do whatever you want. Okay, go do that, dude. Jesus Christ. People. Would it be okay? I don't know. Would it? Would it? Would it be too much bone? What? Didn't you hear what I said earlier? The reason why, okay, listen up. The reason why leg quarters are used is because there's a proper protein to bone ratio. If your dog eats too much calcium, it's excreted. If your dog doesn't have enough calcium, it leaches it from its own bones. Okay? You create this like calcium phosphorus problem in your dog. Okay? Did you hear what I just said? If they get too much calcium, it's excreted. If they don't get enough, they leach it from their own bones. All right? Too much bone? I don't know what you're talking about. You wanna get into some gimmick thing, 10, whatever, man. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sorry, but it's just so ridiculous. Why don't you just give your dog a leg quarter and see how it goes or something? Like, just stop giving pet food, I'll tell you that. Don't give pet food and the raw diet at the same. Don't transition them because the pet food has a different mobility than the raw diet. So if you give them, pet food, it expands in the dog, it's going to push out the bone undigested, okay? All right? Yeah, look at the dog. Visually look at the dog over a 2-week period. Is your dog losing weight or gaining weight? Isn't that sort of common sense? Or I think a lot of people are like, oh my God, my dog has to eat 3 meals a day or something. That's why people give treats. Or people give treats because they love seeing that dog excited. They do. And remember, excitement's the point your dog screws up. They bark, lunge, bite, or just don't listen. Don't give your dog treats. Feed it a raw diet. Give it some chicken leg quarters. It's a Labrador. It's a big lab. Probably do 2 leg quarters a day. If it's getting a little lean, maybe it needs to eat more. Maybe it's a real big lab. But a lab, if it was a lab, like an 85-pound lab, you could probably give it 2 leg quarters a day. It'd probably keep that weight on, probably. But it depends. It depends on the size of the leg quarter, too. Okay? Stop with the fucking shit, man. We know what it is. We know what it is, okay? Yeah, we know what the formula is. It's stupid. Just don't even start with this. Here, I'm removing your comment, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not removing you, but I'm gonna tell you why. It's because people see that shit. You really should not be giving your dog liver right away. Let the dog build up its beneficial bacteria. Okay? Don't give it much liver. And not all liver's the same. Okay? Chicken liver has a tendency to chicken liver. Man, would you stop talking about your crappy diet you give your dog, your pig snouts and shit? Come on, man. That's not good for your dog. Those fucking fried pig snout things, those dried out things. The treats I give my dogs were duck hearts and pig snouts. I don't, whatever. But they hear liver and then they give their dog diarrhea and shit. Your dog, I'm going to be quite frank with you here. If you're giving your dog chicken leg quarters, if you look next to the spine, a lot of times there's fucking remnants of innards there. Or if you give chicken backs, a lot of times you look in there, there's remnants of innards in there. And essentially, like, your probiotic for your dog it's just bacteria that's on the chicken. If the chicken is super rotten, it smells, your dog can't handle a whole lot of it. It'll give him the shits, but it can certainly handle it more than you can. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? That if the chicken smells and it's in the refrigerator, it smells like you wouldn't eat it, but it's not super ripe, you probably give it to your dog, but you wouldn't want to give your dog 2 pieces. Just give them 1 and they'll handle it fine. If you give them 2, it might be too much of a probiotics for your dog and it's going to give them the runs. So just don't give them the super stinky chicken. There's a point where it's like your dog can't eat it. Like it'll give them the runs, man. Did that little ditty I just said, did that make sense? That like they can eat stuff you can't. My raven Sam, like a raven can eat stuff you can't. A vulture can eat stuff you can't. They can handle bacteria you can't because, it's different. They're different. Yeah, and it'll smell like that rotting chicken, but if you give them just a little bit, it's okay. They can handle it. But if you overload them with all that putrefied chicken, it'll screw them up. But you'll learn real quick, like, oh, that wouldn't eat that, but I'll give it to the dogs. And with that said, I'm just telling you, like hanging a pheasant, right? Like I'd shoot a pheasant, I might hang it. I might age a pheasant, but I would not age it as long as some people. I like a pungentness, right? You're letting the bacteria break down the bird. Now I'm gonna give you a little hint here, okay? When you age a bird, you hang it. It is not in a bag. Your chicken is in a bag, it will putrefy and get disgusting. If you take a piece of chicken and you put it on a plate on the fridge, it's gonna last real long because there's airflow. If you have the same chicken in the bag that it came from and you close up the bag, the stuff in the bag will go rotten in a day or 2. Where the chicken that has the airflow won't go rotten. I'm just telling you how it is. If you have beef, like a lot of times I'd have beef, I'm giving raw diet, I take the beef, I put it on a plate. I put calcium on the beef. What's up, Freddie? So I put calcium on the beef, and that it was like a big piece of beef, on a plate. If I flip the beef, man, it lasts 2 weeks and stuff. If that beef was in a bag, it's gonna go rotten. I'm just telling you how it is. Chicken that is in a bag will go rotten real quick. Chicken that is on a plate or any type of meat that has airflow around it, it lasts for a real long time. Same thing as hanging a pheasant. You don't hang a pheasant, you know, you want to age the pheasant, but you don't want to age it with a bag around it. I hope that was helpful to somebody. I hope that made sense to someone. The chicken will putrefy and get real nasty when it's in the bag and it's not frozen. All right? It's gross. I mean, your dog could eat like a piece of chicken that had maggots on it. They're entering from that, you know, they're gonna die in the canine stomach. If the dog is real old, he gets poop on his butt, and the flies go in, the maggots go up that way, you got a problem. Mango, I'm gonna have to watch. If he makes it to this summer, you can't get maggots, man. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's Mango. He's 23. He's like 23 years old. I'm gonna buy an air conditioner and I'll move the crate and walk him from the air-conditioned room. I'm not gonna let him go that way. This very common thing. Maybe you don't know that this is true, but like the old dogs, like they're laying around in the backyard and stuff, they get maggots. They get maggots. So you got to watch out for that. I'm being serious. I'm not gonna let Mango go that way. There's no fucking way. So now he's so old. Can't believe it hasn't happened yet, but I'm not gonna let that happen. So he has accidents. I gotta like make sure it's real clean and everything. But in the summer, if he makes it to the summer, I'll do whatever it takes for the guys. He's here this long, whatever. He wants to walk around and he's blind as a bat. He's blind as a bat. He's over there sleeping. Man, that motherfucker. First time I took him goose hunting and he followed me and I got there. My God. It's amazing. It's a dog that was afraid of everything. Oh, I'm happy for you, Freddie. It's a dog that was afraid of everything. Me and Ike would go walk through the swamp and like we're sinking down into mud. I'm sinking down up to my hips. Ike's having trouble. Mango figured it out so that if he walked on the cattails that we pushed down, it was like a frog jumping on a lily pad or something. It's fucking crazy. The first time I went out there with him, and we're middle of the night and shit, I'm like, where's Mango? Like, oh, there he is. It's right here. Couldn't believe it. I had to teach him not to be gun shy. It wasn't that hard. You know, it really wasn't that hard. It's a good dog, man. I'll do whatever it takes with this guy. It's my boy. Mango, you're my boy, right? He's sleeping. It's my boy. B-O-I, boy. That's what he told me. Mango's a tough street rapper from Brooklyn. He's originally from Florida, though. That's what his... We had all his records. That's why we know his age. We had he was adopted. And through an organization, we had his whole record. So we know his age, man. Came from Florida. He did not have heartworm coming up here, which is probably because he's living inside. A lot of dogs in Florida, they get heartworm. It's real predictable. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to get a crown tomorrow. Not looking forward to it. Well, be happy that you can get one. So, congratulations. Me and Destiny are gonna eat. I'm gonna make a salad for us and we're having chicken parm. So I gotta plate it up. I'm gonna go take it to her. She's upstairs. I'm gonna go eat and watch TV with Destiny. I'm so happy she's here. You have no idea. God, what a woman. Oh man. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm about to cry. All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys. We'll probably live stream later. We gotta eat. Bye.